Trump held an extremely wacky and sort of dystopian press conference meeting with oil and gas company executives. And the topic of the day was, hey, we just invaded and took over a country. We say we're running the country now. So let's go ahead and strategize and plan how you all are going to make a bunch of money from oil from Venezuela. I mean, out in the open, brazenly. And we'll start with this clip that's a little bit more on a lighthearted note, where Marco Rubio hands Trump what's supposed to be a private note, which is obviously why you would write a note for it to be private. If it were going to be something Marco wanted to say publicly to Trump, he would just say it. But since he wrote it on a note, it's obviously supposed to be private. But then Trump just reads it aloud, and it leads to this awkward sequence of events. While you watch it, please do click the subscribe button. Welcome everybody to the second channel. It's been a while since we published here, but we thought we would revive it, at least for today. And do support this channel by clicking the subscribe button for extra content, and then go to our main channel linked in the description below, of course, to watch the main show.
All right, thank you. You'll make it back one way or the other. You're all going to do very well. I think really very well. Marco just gave me a note. Go back to Chevron. They want to discuss something. Go ahead. I'm going back to Chevron.
Watch Marco's face here. He's like, no. I got this note from Marco. It says, go back to Chevron. Also, I can't stop thinking about your orange bum. Marco. Polo.
Go back to Chevron. They want to discuss something. Go ahead. I'm going back to Chevron. Marco. Thank you, Marco.
Was there a question, Mr. President?
Yes, go ahead, Marco. What are you saying here?
Mark, if you can update us on operations in the ground and with the appropriate approvals, what you might be able to achieve in the next 12 to 18 months.
Yikes. Very much yikes. You can see ASIN saying Fox cutting away from Trump's oil executive meeting. We're going to keep our ears on, and I'll just play it for you.
So love that story.
We're going to keep our ears on this. The president meeting with oil executive here. This is truly a remarkable thing you are seeing. Keep in mind that Nicolas Maduro has not been extracted for yet a week, and yet they are gathering these people, the top oil companies in America, to be able to, one, Chevron is already there, to be able to go in and begin monetizing this capture, to begin rehabilitating the country. I want to bring in Fox Business anchor David Asman, who's got vast knowledge about.
So they cut away from the event and start analyzing it. Maybe even for Fox News, this whole press conference being aired is not the best look. But then the explanation, just so state TV, is this is remarkable that they're monetizing the capture so that they can rehabilitate Venezuela. Oh my gosh. This is making weapons of mass destruction, that lie, seem cute compared to the brazen propaganda they're saying here. Rehabilitate Venezuela, meaning snag the resources based on an illegal invasion to make Trump's oil exec buddies happy. And Trump, in a day where I guess he's happy about this military takeover, he has a happy Trump lapel pin.
It'll be democracy. Peter?
I do have a policy question, President Trump, but I'm having a hard time seeing here. I see the American flag lapel pin. What is the other lapel pin on
Somebody
your jacket?
gave me this. You know what that is? That's called a happy Trump. And considering the fact that I'm never happy.
You can leave it.
I'm never satisfied. I will never be satisfied until we make America great again, but we're getting pretty close, I'll tell you what. This is called a happy Trump. Somebody gave it to me. I put it on.
Thank you.
Someone commented, what about happy country? Our country is not happy now. True. That's the pin. We've gotten screenshots or photos of the screensaver that Trump has on his phone, and it's him pointing. So whenever he opens up his phone, let me see if there's anything on my phone. Mine is just a blue pastel colors because I'm a basic bitch. whenever he opens up his phone, it's him pointing at himself. And now, whenever he looks in the mirror, there's a little, much daintier, skinnier Trump, I'll note, with better hair, lapel pin on himself. Wow. Then he asks, where's Mr. Chevron?
And if we didn't do what we did, China or Russia would have been in Venezuela. I think I can measure. Where's Mr. Chevron? So let me ask you, they would have been there if we didn't do this. Do you agree with that?
Where's Mr. Where's Mr. Google? Where are you? Of course, this reminds people of his Tim Apple instead of Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple. He called him Tim Apple. Mr. Chevron. Then you have this.
Yeah, in Pakistan, where already 8 jets were shot out of the air, and I got it done in rapid order without nuclear weapons. I can't think of anybody in history that should get the Nobel Prize more than me, and I don't want to be bragging, but nobody else settled wars.
So he keeps, that's not true actually, he keeps repeating that he should get the Nobel Peace Prize at a meeting about what they're going to do with the oil they just militarily took over. And he's saying he needs the Nobel Peace. He's saying he wants the Nobel Peace Prize at the meeting where they're talking about the thing that we did with not the peace, the thing of the other than the peace, the opposite of the peace. Then on Renee Good, who was murdered by an ICE agent, he says,
of agitators, and we will always be protecting ICE, and we're always going to be protecting our Border Patrol and our law enforcement. Yeah.
Hey, what if you protect American citizens too? What if you treated them like they matter? What if standing by law enforcement or standing by a particular ICE agent becomes less important when they heinously kill somebody because they weren't willing to just let them drive away? Then there's just so many. This is a serious subject, but he somehow is so ridiculous throughout this press conference like this.
Can you respond to the manufacturing
Let's
number?
give CNN a chance. You know, they've been fighting
also,
so hard to get back into the mainstream.
Mr. President, you posted some numbers actually on Truth Social last night. People saying you posted the job data early when you're not supposed to obviously share it till the next morning. Did you do that on purpose?
No, I don't know. If they posted them, I said post them whenever you get a chance. I don't know. They gave me some numbers. When people give me things, I post them.
Yeah, whatever. You know, whatever. Actually, the job numbers were bad, so I don't know even why he would want to get ahead of that. Then he always has these exchanges with reporters with accents. This one, he goes, where you from? Where you from? And the person says Italy, and he goes, why are you asking me about Iran then? The other reporters are American, and they're asking you about subjects other than America. That's kind of what reporters do.
Gentleman with the glasses.
All right, thank you, Mr. President.
With those very big glasses, actually.
Yeah, Ferrari, actually. Mr. President, I have two questions. What do you want the European Union to do in Ukraine? The European leaders seem pretty divided on Ukraine. And then, if you can reiterate this straight message that you have to the Iranian leader, to Khomeini. The message that you have.
You're talking about Iran.
Iran, yeah.
Is that all you got? That's funny. You're talking about Iran. It's like, yeah, but I said a few things. Asked about Ukraine and then his message to the Iranian leader.
Iran, yeah.
What
the
do
first
I want
one is on
Iran
Europe.
to do?
I'm sorry?
Where are you from?
Italy.
Oh, nice place.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first question
So
is
what
on
are you
Europe.
asking about Iran for?
Well, if you can answer about Europe and what you think the Europeans should do on Ukraine, and then a message.
Well, look, Europe has been doing so much for Ukraine, but it hasn't been enough, and obviously.
Okay, so just another sort of strange reaction. Then look at this. Look at what he says. No attachment to facts, just because he hates windmills, and tries to frame it as we should, as he's been doing, end and destroy renewable energy projects, which is going to be bad for jobs and bad for people's household electricity bills, because he has a personal vendetta against Mr. and Mrs. Windmill. And the reason that's good is because China's not doing windmills. But then I'll fact check that in a second.
Country, they're just destroying the beautiful landscapes, the beautiful everything there.
The birds.
And by the way, in case you people don't know, I'm not much of a windmill person. I can proudly say, Doug, that we have not approved one windmill since I've been in office, and we're going to keep it that way.
Electricity prices are skyrocketing. We need more energy. We should generate more energy. And generating it through renewable energy is very often cheaper and a great way to get more energy.
Goal is to not let any windmill be built. They're losers. They lose money. They destroy your landscape. They kill your birds. They're all made in China. And all you have to do is, just about all of the windmills are made in China, the structures. All you have to do is say to China, how many windmill areas do you have in China? So far, they're not able to find any.
And so Ron Filipkowski fact-checked this, saying China has a massive, and this looks like an AI prompt, has a massive and rapidly growing number of wind turbines, leading the world in installed capacity. Leading the world in installed capacity, with estimates suggesting hundreds of thousands of units through precise counts. Just the opposite of what he said. The opposite.
So if you don't mind, I'll ask the press to leave, and we will see what kind of a deal we're going to make with these geniuses, and I think you're going to come out very good. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
So what deal you're making on the resources of a different country that you just took over? And this is just kind of like, all right. Oh, and make sure on the way out you get your coffee and your cookie. Like, what is happening? How is this so casual? You know what's weird? Tucker Carlson was there, which I thought Tucker was really critical of this. Maybe he was there to ask questions. Excuse me, Mr. President, Tucker Carlson, which is true, which is my name, of course. And obviously, that's my name. And what would you say to people who believe possibly sodomy is involved in the invasion? Is this about global homo? So maybe he was there to ask questions, kind of a weird cameo that he was there. And then he talks about how he wants Greenland. Do we have to play that clip again? I think we know what he says on that, and it's insane. Again, make sure you subscribe to this second channel. This is just where we throw some extra segments. We got a little extra time, but go over to @Luke Beasley on YouTube for our main stuff.